What is going on, guys? It's the Mad Dragon jumping back into our URC series on Rugby 25, where today we are going up against Leinster. What a tough old game going on. Now, of course, the logos and stuff are still broken. Early Access 7 has broken everything, apparently, in this game. The more I've played of Early Access 7, the more I've found is wrong with it. But if you can see just below my face, Leinster currently sat 5th in the table, but there are a lot of top-tier Irish internationals in the game in this Leinster team, along with a couple of South Africans, right? You've got R.G. Snyman in there as well. If you haven't seen the last video, I recommend go and check that one out first, because what a roller coaster it was, and I'll be spoiling the results now, of course. In the last one, we went on to play Benetton in a game that was, yeah, like I said, just an absolute roller coaster, getting off to a early yellow card, which is something we don't get to say very often in this game. It was our first ever yellow card, getting a man sent off and putting us a man down, followed by the game crashing and not being able to continue that game, so I had to restart it, pick it up from where we were on the points board. I even gave Benetton a couple of extra points just for me having to restart the game, and we had a big comeback to do. New kicking mechanics meant that we ended up missing our first conversion from Owen Williams. We only got 1 of 3 by the end of the game, but some big try scorers needing to step up, as well as Owen Williams getting his own try-saving tackle that saved us from losing the game, and then right at the end, Reuben Morgan Williams stepping up for his club and being able to make a brilliant sniping run right into the corner to be able to secure the win for the Ospreys. So we managed to take that all by 3. We did the simulate on here, and luckily we did win in the simulate. So the table is still correct points-wise, but today we're going up against the mighty Leinster, which tough old game, because like I said, they are kitted out with a lot of the actual international players in this team as well. I've had a quick look at the team. We'll test out to see if it'll work on here. If it doesn't, we'll do what we did in the last video, where we did it as like a quick match. I kind of want Leinster to play in blue. Should we play in white? If we play in white, can Leinster play in their navy blue kit? I think that'd be nice. Again, logos are wrong. Don't pay attention to the logos. Let's see if we can get ourselves kicked off for this one. It's another home game for us. It's another nighttime. What is up with our 7 p.m. kickoffs? Another nighttime game, apparently, being played in the Swansea. So another home game for us. Bit of advantage. 5-minute halves, hardest difficulty. Let's get this game kicked off, hopefully, and underway. Good God! It actually worked. I don't know what happened with the last game, but this one has worked. It still says Munster versus Glasgow, but we have actually got this this match to work up. Here's our home team, our Ospreys boys running on in the white kit. There is actually rain dotted around. They've still got the pyrotechnics out, but I did see rain coming in through the roof there. So could be a slippery game. Could be some drop balls in this one. Not that they've got knock-ons in the game, but just not getting those passes to hand, giving away some of those easy turnovers will be something to look out for. And here come the Leinster team. Look at those faces in there. R.G. Snyman, Josh van der Fleer, Caelan Doris, James Lowe. My goodness, they are a stacked old side of international players, and I'm sure they're going to give us a very tough game. Now, I did realise during the editing last week that we didn't do any subs, and that might have been a reason why we were struggling to get back into the game so much. So I think this week, looking at your substitutes bench might be a big impact for us. Let's go over this side. Once again, I've been really enjoying the kickoffs from this side. Let's see if we can get someone under this ball. Anyone under there? Oh, Adam Beard went for a big leap. Not quite managing to get it, and we'll go for our first maul of the game. Let's see if we can hold it there, as Hugo Keenan at the back of that maul gets out to James Lowe to Prendergast. He's kicked it long out to Luke Morgan. Now we've got some room to work with here. We're going to try and slalom our way through a bit of a gap there in the defensive line. No one back there. Let's go for a box kick. I don't think anyone's in this back corner. Let's see if we can put it under pressure. I've just seen the winger running back. Oh, I don't actually think he's a winger. He's a prop. It's high in the air for somebody. Oh! He's called the mark. Is that allowed? Can you bat the ball back to your own player and then call the mark, referee? I mean, Gareth Thomas doesn't think so. He's having words with the ref, but scrupulous work going on by the referee team there. I don't think you're allowed to call the mark in that instance, but they've gone for it. Let's pass out to the back of this lineup. We'll see if we can put them under some pressure. I'm going to go for a different setup here. Kick long, right into that back corner. Oh, it might have gone a bit too far. It'll stay in field, and Hugo Keenan will be the first man to put that one back there. Does actually apparently get the clearance kick. I definitely thought that was touchdown. Should have been a drop out to them, but they got a clearance kick. And it was a decent clearance kick from where he was, but I actually feel like they might have preferred the 22 dropout. Let's go for a maul. Let's see if we can put them under some pressure here by driving in their forwards. Come on, boys, get in there. Put a big old push. Now, James Lowe has moved in here to be sort of like first defender. I feel like that's going to be a big task. I wonder if we could actually just sort of send Owen Williams straight at him here. Oh, no. James Lowe chops him down at the knees. Nowhere to go there. Let's look wide. We've got to have room further outside here. As Owen Watkin gets a step around one. Anyone inside him or nobody's with him. And they get the turnover. Great work there. Is that Frawley? I don't even know who that was who manages to pick that one up. But they do get the turnover. Let's get in there, boys. It looked like Frawley. It looked like Frawley's face scan. It's very hard when you don't have the names on the little pills anymore to show them in the bottom right hand corner for you to actually know who is playing, because not every player is even in the right position in this game, or in the right team, I think sometimes. Right, let's pass out to the back again. The maul didn't really work for us. We didn't get a lot of room. Oh, great run there by Josh van der Fleer, really taking a lot of opportunity away. Oh, we got the offload out. My player didn't realise the ball was out, and Sam Prendergast is very happy with that one. He's very happy with that Leinster defence, and we've been pushed all the way back in 2 attacking phases. We're suddenly back at the halfway line here. Not great for us. Set up. Let's go for middle. Not that you can steal the ball. They're going to go for a maul. Okay, they feel confident in their forward pack. Let's just try and tie them up. Sneyman's waiting at the back of this one. Oh, finally gets himself involved to offload that ball. That's a bit of a looser pass. That's fine. Let's just let our defensive line set up. I can't mess about with my defence at the minute. We want to set our forwards wide. And we would like to set up for a kick defence, because I imagine they're going to look to a kick eventually as Josh van der Fleer gets chopped down. Being able to... Oh, there's a good counter-ruck there by the Ospreys boys. Oh, a high tackle coming in. I don't know who it was that made the infringement. It happened on Keelan Doris. So he's taking a bit of a shot to the chin. Any HIAs, referees having a few words. And suddenly we are being pushed back here, boys. Compound errors creeping in. For the Ospreys, losing that the play from the loose ball out the back of the ruck. Those lineouts not working well, and now we're giving away penalties. Luckily, the scoreboard's still 0-0. Still tight for now. But we've got to be improving somewhere in this. Let's just go for the front man jump here. Let's see if we can get a front line steal. Nothing there. They've gone very wide this time, and they get out to Hugo Keenan, who's got a great bit of pace to him, but maybe isolated there. If we can get a turnover, can't manage it. They've gone back up the inside. Don't think that was the right move, and Keelan Doris takes yet another huge shot in a secondary tackle. James Lowe trying to run around a bit of a looping play. Doesn't work for him. No one's quite sure who's in that ruck. They get out this time too. Prendergast, gives the offload. Not work for them, though. Pricked up, and suddenly there's some room actually out here on the wing, and Keelan Giles screaming for the ball. He's got to outrun a prop on his outside. He's got the room. Hugo Keenan coming across like he does for Ireland in the internationals. Such a solid last-man defender. Nobody getting through there. Keelan Giles can't believe he wasn't able to get there. Somebody's going to have to step in and play scrum half. Eventually, Adam Beard is the man that has to step in and play ball here. Oh, as it gets absolutely mullered there, and Morris not going anywhere. This Ospreys attacking line's completely fallen apart. We'll go once to the left in, just try and send Tipperick, and one more through. Gareth Thomas on the crash ball line, taken down by Keelan Doris. Trying to keep going left, looking to try and put some pressure further out here towards the wing. Owen Watkin. Gets absolutely nailed by Andrew Porter there. Nowhere to go in that tackle. Absolutely driven back. And we've been pushed all the way back here. We've actually lost a huge amount of metres in our attacking line. Nowhere near as solid as the Leinster defensive line at the minute. Let's try and go one more this time. Dewi Lake trying to charge into his opposite number. We'll try and spread out wide here. Let's go for a grubber kick. Let's just try and put them under a bit of pressure. They're going to let it run. Okay, well, we've got a bit of ground there, a bit of territory. Moves us up. They're going to go for a quick line out here, and Hugo Keenan says, let's just get that one off the park. Boy, oh boy. This is a tough old game. Defensively, Leinster are probably the toughest team we've come across so far. We are really struggling to make any sort of ground. Let's play another Mad Dragon classic off the back of that line out. Let's go out wide here. One more. Just getting it out wide. We've just got the room now. Luke Morgan, 101 with Hugo Keenan. Does so well to be able to get through, but I don't think he's going to be able to put down the ball. The referee says he's held up. What great work by Luke Morgan to break through 2 tackles, but what a great cover defence. I think it was Sneyman who came across and just was not letting go of that ball after he took man and ball at the same time. Great work by the South African lock to get across there. And once again, Ospreys are being kept out. We are knocking on the door. Just can't make that final piece get into place for us. There's Ruben Morgan-Williams here. We saw it in the last game. Looking for the sniping rug. And Hugo Keenan once again gets a tap tackle on his man. He's just shutting down this Ospreys team. Hugo Keenan single-handedly doing everything defensively at the minute. Brilliant work by him. We'll send... Oh, great backs. Not getting anywhere through there. I'm just wondering about whether just to take the drop goal and get some points on the board at this point. Let's try and charge up this time with Owen Williams. Just trying to find any sort of room. And Ruben Morgan-Williams not going to get a little dart that time. Anyone in that back pocket for us? Kieran Williams has dropped pretty far back. Let's see if we can go for it. Drop goal goes over for Kieran Williams. Will give us 3. The Ospreys celebrate. It was just something needed to get on the board. He was under a lot of pressure there being chased down. Was that Sam Prendergast running off the line for that one? Hugo Keenan can't tap tackle a drop goal. That's about all we've got at the minute. Because we cannot get through this Leinster defence. They are doing brilliantly. We'll take a drop goal. It's something on the board for us to hold out. And Leinster get us kicked off again. And Dowie Lake takes that one into contact as Caelan Doris with a bit of a rib tickler there. Or Morgan Williams has gone for an outrageously quick pass. Not one I was expecting that time. Owen Watkin taking that one in too. Can we sprint out towards this right-hand side as once again, Ruben Morgan-Williams, little kick over the top of Hugo Keenan, just does enough to wrap up the scrum half. And James Lowe doesn't want to play out from there. Smart play by the Irish winger. Boots it into touch. Going at half-time, let the coaches have some team talks. Boy, oh boy. What a tough all game this one has turned into. And you have to say, if you ever want to show a stat to show just how good this Leinster defence has been, take a look at the territory and the possession here. 79% of the Ospreys, possession 72%. They have had all of the ball, all of the territory, and yet 3 points on the board. Leinster coaches at half-time probably be looking for them just to get their hands on the ball a bit more. Stop looking to kick away so often and just try and mount some phases together themselves. The Ospreys have been all over this game so far, but they just can't make that final 5% count. And penalties beginning to creep in. A few compound errors. You saw it very quickly begin to get away for the Ospreys there. Got to do better in the second half. I think we'll look at some substitutions as well. Sam Brennan, I guess, will get us kicked off. I think next stoppage of play, we'll look at maybe putting some subs on. I think our forward pack's getting a little bit tired. You would imagine with the amount of defensive work that the Leinster boys have put in, they've got to be looking to get a little bit tired as well now, right? Oh, that's just a terrible pass. It's already going wrong. Let's look at who else we want to bring on here. Let's bring on Sam Parry because Dowie Lake's looking a little bit off with his fatigue there. Owen Williams is actually on like half fatigue. Oh, Jack Walsh has actually got a preferred position of fly half noted down. So let's move Jack Walsh into fly half. Let's put him in his preferred position. Owen Williams can come off for Yessin Hopkins. Tom Florence going to come on. For Keelan Giles has got more stamina. Let's just chuck him on there at right wing. I'm also going to put Lewis Jones in on lock right because he's got a favourable position there. Even though Adam Beard, for me, would always be sort of looking to play either 4 or 5. He's in this game as prefers to play lock left, but we've got him stuck at lock right. So we've got our substitutes queued up. We need those boys to come on, make an impact. All the Leinster boys have got some players. Oh, in fact, they're already on. They're already on for us. So Sam Parry's already getting on here as well. We'll wrap that one up into a maul. Got to look solid defensive-wise here, boys. Come on. Okay, they're going to play that out from the middle of the maul. Oh, good shot. Coming in there by the new boys coming on. That's the sort of impact you want. And Tipperick, rushing off his line quickly, manages to catch the Leinster... who was at the inside centre? That's Robbie Henshaw, I think. Not managing to make any room through there either. Let's try and make another great shot coming in there by Jones. New to the field. This is the impact you want to be seeing from your replacements. So they run away. Florence got a lot of work to do here. Does manage to get back and make that tackle. Not letting Leinster through. Ospreys on the back foot now. Let's try and move Hopkins out this way as Tipperick will have to step in. Oh, great interception there by Morgan Morris. And actually we've got room. If we can go wide out here. Oh, we've got just a little bit sort of cornered in there. Let's just try and get that kick away. Bit more territory here. Well wrapped up by Jack Morgan. And we'll hold out for a little bit longer. Let's try and move out towards this left-hand wing. Keelan Giles has moved all the way off his wing here. Great interception. And Morgan Morris gets it away. Once more, they're looking for a speedster out. Just everyone ran into the tackles. No one wanted to make any sort of ground. It's great work, though. We've been able to get the ball back. They're literally running backwards. I don't know what they're doing. We've got some moonwalking action going on. I didn't know Michael Jackson was a replacement on our bench because I don't know why he's literally running backwards, but we'll take it for now. Hopkins takes that one into contact. 52 minutes on the board. 3-0. This is a brutal game to get through. Tipperick offloads once again, still going. Florence this time's come off his wing up towards that midfield. Let's see if we can go for a sniping run here with Ruben Morgan-Williams once again keeping them honest. Henshaw has to step in to try and shut down the scrum half. We'll keep going out towards the right as Jack Morgan manages to sneak through a little gap there in the defence. Anywhere we can go here, let's just go out towards the left. Gareth Thomas filling in at scrum half. Not going to go for a sniping run with Gareth Thomas anytime soon. Ruben Morgan-Williams finally gets back into position and passes it out to Jones. Little pop pass there to Sam Parry, new to the field, and James Lowe says sit down. That'll be one for him to play back in the after the match. Just watch him shut down a hooker with such a big shot like that. As Tipperick offloads to Kieran Williams, running straight into Andrew Porter. Nowhere to go there. Ruben Morgan-Williams. No, it's Gareth Thomas again. I went for the sniping run. Maybe not the right option. It's a territory game at the minute. Still only 3-0 on the board. Another great offload there to Greybanks. Looking for a man outside. Oh, but Hopkins has stopped running. And for some reason just gave in on his man. Maybe thought he was going to be supporting the ruck. They went for the offload. Nobody there to catch it. And Leinster survive once again. The scramble defence is just so good from this Leinster team. Can they get a decent exit clearance kick? Hugo Keenan off his right boot puts them back just outside the 22. They might have wanted a bit more distance. Some of these Ospreys boys are beginning to look at each other and some question marks appearing on their heads of whether or not the substitutions are actually maybe damaging the team cohesion a bit. Maybe not quite as linked up as Sneeman that time. Looks to try and get the interception, doesn't manage it, and Kieran Williams. Oh, we'll look for a great little strike run there. He's got a man on his outside. It's Owen Watkin. Can he dive into the corner? Sliding underneath Hugo Keenan. And manages to get a try to give Ospreys some breathing room in this game. Great line there by Kieran Williams, taking it straight diagonally. No one really there. James Lowe had to cut out wide to try and cover, and Owen Watkin ran around the outside of him. Dives at the feet of Hugo Keenan, who topples over the top of him. And the Ospreys go 8-0 in the lead. As Hopkins is apparently going to step up and take this kick, even though we've got Walsh in at fly half now. Let's see how good Hopkins is at kicking. Got to take over the duties from Owen Williams. Oh, actually, it looks decent. Hold on. Maybe I take it all back. Yeston Hopkins stepping up for his team. Owen Watkin having a bit of a laugh at that one as well. He said he's doing better than Owen Williams at this point for that kicking ratio. Great kick by the winger. And Ospreys get to a 10-0 lead. Now, Leinster will need something to claw back into this game. As they kick it deep, it lands in the hands of Owen Watkin. Oh, let that one go awfully loose. And Josh van der Fleer manages just about to lose out that competition, but he was looking awfully close. And this time, we'll go for a box kick on an opposite angle there as it gets out to Hugo Keenan. We've got to try and go for that territory game. Make Leinster work for it. Can we get involved in that ruck? Push them back. Doesn't work. Oh, Tipperick. Great line there. Not buying any of the dummy runners. And huge pressure on James Lowe. Managing to get the turnover as well. Let's look for a box kick in towards this backfield. Because I don't think anyone's... Oh, they've just about got back in time. Bit slow coming in there for the kick. We'll send Florence after it. Try and put some pressure on. They'll go for a relieving kick. And does work for them. Gareth Thomas still arguing with the referee about something. He's got to have a little bit of caution maybe. Don't want to get on the ref's wrong side by talking to him too often. Sam Parry stepping up for the next line-out of the game. We'll just take this one in to a maul, and we'll just try and set up some tying of some forwards here. Let's try and pass out wide, and we'll just go for an exit. Oh, it's not a great clearance kick. Hugo Keenan will rush back across this. Hopkins after this, like a missile, does eventually manage to get to his man. Leinster looking to try and get somewhere. They've gone for another box. They have just not held on to possession today in this game. Oh, but the ball's gone through the feet of Keelan Giles, and he's managing to try and escape his man. Nowhere really able to go. He's weaving in and out, trying to find any holes in that Leinster defence. Not working for them. We'll just take it down. Let's go for a box kick ourselves and just try and regain a bit of territory. Is it going to stay in field? Oh, it's gone straight out. It's gone straight out on the full. I thought that was just about going to stay in field. Punishing mistake by me. Now, technically that was taken back. Will the game bring us back for that one, or are we going to be... Oh no, I actually think we're up Oh no, where are we? I don't know where we are. I think we're just outside our 22. Yes, the game has got it correct. It has picked us up and it has put us back here. But that's okay. We can hold out defensively. 5 minutes to hold out against this Leinster onslaught. Oh, it's a great bump off there. Covered in by the tight head prop. Leinster looking for some room to open up. And they try and go out wide as Snyman. Oh, goes for a bit of a showboating out the back pass. Not working for him. Ospreys once again regain possession of the ball. Will send Sam Parry into the attacking line. Let's try and get another box kick down this end of the field. We've got to put them under pressure now as Owen Watkin trying to chase down James Lowe, looking awfully tired. Oh, what a shot coming in by Owen Watkin. Hugo Keenan manages to slip the tackle. Great offload by James Lowe under such massive pressure. They've gone for a kick once again. That might be a really solid 50-22 coming in. But the Ospreys have been allowed to take it quickly. And they've just picked up the ball. I don't know what's gone on here. The game's gone a little bit awry. Should have been a 50-22 to Leinster. Ospreys were allowed to take it quickly. Great tackle going in there. Snyman looking for that offload pass as well. And Walsh diving back in, now in that fly half position. Let's keep the guys out of the line there. Try and keep supported in the defensive line rather than get in for the rucks at the minute. They're still going to go up this blind side, trying to charge on through Ryan Baird. Not managing to make any ground that time. As they play a bit of a loop pass round the inside. Oh, that's great work by the Leinster players. Oh, nobody was ready for it. And Max Deegan running a training pitch line straight out the back of the ruck here. Everyone thought this was going towards the right-hand side. Great line round. Hands off Justin Tipperick. And charges over the line. Leinster will take some consolation from this game. Could have been a 10-0er, but I don't know what happened with the 50-22 and everything there beyond. But who knows with Rugby 25. As Sam Prendergast will step up. Can he turn it into 7? Does. Pretty easy kick for him. It won't be enough to steal the game back. He's very happy with his kick, considering it's about the same amount of consolation. Got these Leinster players unhappy to have only just about come away with that consolation try. 10 points to 7. A losing bonus point for Leinster, if losing bonus points were in the game. But high fives all round. Tough old defence today. Leinster put up an absolutely brutal fight in that game. And Ospreys have been pushed to the very limits of what we have in terms of attack. James Lowe there was a man who took some big shots today. Dished out some big shots as well. But finally, you can see how much better Leinster stepped up in that second half. The territory and possession both, swap sides by about another 10%. Moving over 16-64, still in the Ospreys' favour, but definitely leaning more towards Leinster in that second half. Meters gain went more towards the Ospreys. We had a couple of really nice line breaks in that one. You can see the line break difference there, 10-2 in that game, and that makes all the difference. Leinster having to make far more tackles in the game, but defence was absolutely brilliant. But eventually, Ospreys managing to hold this game out 10 points to 7. Well, guys, we are still continuing our wins. 3 points. Very, very tough. Leinster, brutal defensively. We'll have a bit of a look at the simulate button in a second. I just want to have a quick gauge of who the teams were. There was a South African derbies going on here, which is nice. Edinburgh went up against Zebre. Munster Scarlets, Benetton versus Ulster Connacht versus Cardiff Dragons versus Glasgow. Let's give it a simulate and check it out and see what happened. Big explosions going off in the background. Zebre managed to win their game. Was that against Edinburgh, did I say? By 8 points. Good game for them. Stormers winning their South African derby by 7 points. Sharks winning their derby by 2 points. Munster being able to seal out that game 12 points, 15 points to 3. Good win for them. Benetton winning that one by 15 points. I think that was against Cardiff, wasn't it? Didn't I say? Was by 15 points. Connacht winning that one by 2. And Glasgow Warriors taking that one by 12. Lots and lots of big scores going on. We'll have a bit of a switch over to the old board here. You can't quite see it because of my face. We are still 11 from 11. Which is quite remarkable, to be fair, considering we've had a couple of tight games. We have managed to just about hold out. Glasgow Warriors is in second place on 8 wins. They're on 32 points again. It's about here where my face is. They're on 32. We're on 44. We are 12 points in the clear right now. We could lose like 4 games and still be really up there for first place. Sharks are also on 32. Munster are on 30. So these teams are all pretty close together. Bulls are on 28, So, yeah, if we began to slip off, I think we might still be okay to get through to the playoffs. We're not that many weeks away from the playoffs now. We've got like 6 weeks left, and then we're on to the playoffs. But I think, for all intents and purposes, we're probably going to be looking okay to get through to the playoffs. Let's have a look at who we're going up against in the next round. We're going up against Glasgow. Oh, now there's one. First versus second place in the table as it stands right now. That is a big game. If they're able to win that, actually, then there's going to be a big point switch. If they were able to win that, you know, we'll gain nothing. They'll gain 4. That narrows that gap up. And actually, yeah, maybe that first place could be looking a bit awry. But big game going on next week. Hopefully everyone will enjoy this one today, guys. If you have, remember to leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, all that fun YouTube stuff. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.